Hi everyone, I'm Jenny, aka the Jockey Barbie. But before I tell you how I got that nickname, please like and subscribe. Growing up, my sister Clara had always overshadowed me. When I was 6 and learned how to play the ukulele, Clara taught herself to play the violin. When I put on a puppet show for my parents with stuffed animals, Clara directed a whole play with actors in fancy sets and everything. One time when I was 12, the president and the first lady came to visit our house for dinner. It was a big deal. There were a bunch of reporters and the staff prepared the house for weeks. My dad was so nervous that he started yelling at a servant.
This is gold cutlery. I told you to use silver. The first lady hates gold. Fix it now.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Are you stupid?
When they walked away, I sneaked over to the servant, who was in tears. "You're doing a great job." And then I slipped her a huge tip. I put on my best dress for dinner. I thought I looked cute, at least until I saw Clara. She looked like an absolute princess. At first it made me feel invisible, but then I decided to be brave. When it came time to serve the soup, I jumped up. I got this. I was thrilled. Finally, a chance to make mom and dad proud. I walked gingerly to the first lady, being extra careful, when suddenly a foot stuck out and tricked me. The bowl of soup flew off the tray and spilled onto the floor, startling the president and the first lady. When I stood up and saw Clara's smile, I understood everything.
Go to your room.
It wasn't my fault, it was Clara.
You're such an embarrassment.
The news was on television by midnight, and the next day my parents sent me off to a boarding school on the other side of the country. It was lonely at first. My family was treating me like a black sheep, even though I'd done nothing wrong. My dad made sure my bank account was full, but he never had time to visit or even talk. I decided I couldn't spend all my time being homesick. I was going to make something of myself here. I signed up for all the top activities like horseback riding and ballet. By the time I was 16, I was #1 in all of them. I even ran for school president and won. Even though I was thriving, I didn't want to leave anything to chance, so I was always complimenting people and buying them gifts. I wanted people to like me, and it seemed to be working. With one exception, this boy Josh. Josh worked in the stables taking care of the horses and seemed immune to my compliments. "Hey Josh, is that a new shirt? Looks nice."
It's old and covered in dirt. You don't have to try so hard to be liked, you know.
It was just a compliment, geez.
It was a fake compliment. You might have everyone else here fooled, but not me.
What was his problem? He did have gorgeous eyes, though. How about I take you out for lunch at La Rosa? It's the fancy place by.
No, I don't need your bribes. Happy riding.
It wasn't a bribe, it was an invitation. But Josh had already walked away. With race day only a week away, I needed to focus on training. But as hard as I tried, my mind kept wandering back to Josh. Maybe the right gift would win him over. "Hey Josh, I saw these boots and thought of you."
Told you I don't want your bribes.
"Do you even know what a bribe is? I'm not asking for anything in return."
Yeah, you are. You're asking me to like you.
"So you admit you don't like me? What did I do to you?"
I didn't say I didn't like you. I just don't know the real you.
At that moment, he leaned in close to me. Oh, my heart fluttered. Was he about to kiss me? But then he stretched past me to adjust the saddle. I totally knew that's what he was doing. Why would I even want Josh to like me? He was always dirty, smelled like a farm, and he was the least friendly person I knew besides my sister Clara. On the day of the race, I was feeling nervous, but I stayed focused and came in first place. My parents hadn't visited me since I'd arrived, but part of me was still hoping to see them in the stands cheering me on. Of course they weren't there, but to my surprise, Josh was.
Congrats.
"I can't believe you came to support me. You to like me."
I was already here. It had nothing to do with you.
Josh smiled at me, and my heart skipped a beat. The next day, me and Nessa were on the front page of a national newspaper. Not long after that, I got a call from my dad. I was shocked. He normally just sent me emails.
Hey honey, I wanted to let you know we're very proud of you. Feel free to mention my business the next time you talk to reporters.
"Thanks, Dad. I will. Do you think you'll be able to come visit soon?"
I'm afraid not. We're in Japan with your sister right now.
"Japan?"
Sorry honey, but we'll definitely come when you try out for the Olympics team. That's the big one.
Just then, Clara's voice rang out.
Yeah, anyone can win a national race. An international race is the real challenge.
"That's not fair. I worked really hard. You've never won a national race."
We have to go, honey. We just got to the Hello Kitty store.
Then he hung up without even saying goodbye. I couldn't help it. I started to cry, and that's when Josh found me. "Go ahead, make fun of me. You know you want to."
I never wanted to put you down. I just wanted you to be real, and it looks like you finally aren't.
"Yep, real tears and snot here, as real as it gets."
Come on, I want to show you something.
Josh held out his hand. I felt a rush of warmth as I took it. Josh took me to the fields behind the school and showed me the silly horses. It was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. I approached the mom slowly so I wouldn't spook her.
Whoa. She doesn't like most people. Be careful.
Just then, the mom nuzzled her nose against my hand. "Ah, you're just a big sweetie, aren't you, girl?" I noticed Josh looking at me funny. "What?"
I just never realized how gentle you are.
After that day, Josh and I started hanging out more. It was strange and funny, and I loved how kind he was to animals. I was surprised to learn that he didn't actually go to our school.
No way my parents could ever afford that. They've been struggling with money, so I took this job to help out.
Josh, I'm so sorry.
Why we're happy. I love working with horses. Sure, times are tough, but money isn't everything. They're amazing parents.
You're lucky. I mean, don't get me wrong. My parents are great. They're just not around much. But as the months went by, I started hearing from my parents more and more often. They even came to visit. I was winning races left and right, and the media nicknamed me the Jockey Barbie. I was on television, magazine covers. My life was a whirlwind.
Honey, I thought you were going to mention my business during your interview today.
I did, didn't I?
Yes, but only once. We agreed on 4 times. Repetition sells.
Okay, I'll try harder next time. My favorite moments were the quiet ones, just me and Nessa going for rides before sunsets, and my long talks with Josh in the stables. One day our hands touched and I felt that same charge I did before, but this time Josh didn't pull away. He took my hand in his and leaned in, our lips nearly touching.
Ew, are you seriously about to kiss the stable boy?
Clara's timing was the worst.
I have a name. It's Josh.
Oh, whatever you say, Josh.
What are you doing here, Clara?
Just wanted to remind you that you may think you're hot stuff now, but you're still the same old loser you've always been.
Sounds like you're jealous that Jenny's finally getting the spotlight instead of you.
Josh, that's not nice.
Are you seriously taking her side?
I just want everyone to get along. Is that so wrong? Clara rolled her eyes in disgust and left. I was hoping Josh might try to kiss me again, but he left too. At least Nessa was still on my side. You still like me, don't you? Girl, don't give me that look. Thankfully, Josh didn't stay mad at me for long. He even invited me over for dinner to meet his parents. Their house was tiny and chilly from a broken heater, but his parents were the sweetest. His mom made a lot of delicious dishes for dinner. Later that night, Josh showed me the hill where he loved to lay out and look at the stars.
One day I'm going to have enough money to open stables of my own. I'll buy my parents a ranch and it will be filled with horses and happy animals roaming free. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Not at all. I think it's a beautiful dream. Josh gazed into my eyes, and in that moment we had our first kiss. I wish I could have stayed with him on that hill forever, but I had a race to win. Unfortunately, Nessa wasn't feeling well, and we only came in third.
3rd place. You won't get into the Olympics with a record like that.
Winning isn't everything, Dad. I'll have to take a break for a little while so Nessa can recover.
A break? Nonsense. She's just a dumb horse. You can replace her. This one looks healthy.
My dad patted another horse on the rump, and the horse angrily kicked its stall. My dad got startled and jumped up. I couldn't stop laughing.
Stupid animals. I'm leaving, honey. We just want what's best for you, and the Olympics are a golden opportunity. I hope you do what's right.
I didn't like the idea of riding another horse, but I didn't want to let my parents down either, so I started training again with a new horse named Clyde. Clyde wasn't the friendliest, but boy was he strong. One day after training, my parents took me to a fancy restaurant for dinner. I insisted on bringing Josh with me. Even though my parents looked down on him for not being rich, they were polite and enough not to say that out loud. But Clara was another story.
Pass me the salt, stable boy.
Get it yourself, rich girl.
I'll grab it. All evening went like that, with Clara and Josh arguing, my parents looking awkward, and me trying to keep the peace, but it didn't work.
I don't have to take this. I'm leaving. Jenny, are you coming with me or staying?
My heart sank. I didn't know what to do. If I left, my family might stop talking to me again. But if I stayed, I could lose Josh.
I'll make the decision easier for you. I'm done. Have a nice life, Jenny. Hope someday you learn to stick up for yourself.
And then he left.
Geez, what was his problem?
Shut up, Clara. You got what you want. The next day, I went to the stables to apologize to Josh. I'm sorry my family were all such jerks to you.
Don't you think it's a little weird they only started showing up now that you're famous and successful?
It's not like that. You don't know them. It's complicated.
They're using you, Jenny. At least Clara is honest enough to be a jerk to your face.
She's not a yerk, she's my sister.
You deserve better than them. I wish you could see that.
Well, maybe you should stick to horses because you obviously don't have a clue about people.
Like you're some expert. You're so afraid of people disliking you that you buy them off with gifts. It's sad.
And with that, Josh walked away. He was so judgmental. For a moment, I almost threw a temper tantrum, but then Nessa leaned down to comfort me, calming me down. I was frustrated with Josh, but maybe he had a point. I decided it was time to make some changes. I stopped mentioning my dad's business and interviews. I still complimented people, but I made sure the compliments were sincere, not empty words to make them like me. I stopped buying everyone expensive gifts too. It's true, I lost some friends when I stopped being so generous, but the ones who stayed were amazing. And the best part was, I knew they liked me for me. On the morning of the race, I knew what I had to do. I was at the starting line with the other racers, waiting for the starting whistle to blow. My parents and Clara were in the stands. The whistle blew, and I turned my horse around, racing quickly in the opposite direction.
Jenny, where are you going? You're going to lose. All your hard work will be for nothing.
Sorry, Dad. Guess I just don't care about winning as much as you do.
You're embarrassing this family.
You do that just fine on your own. My dad turned bait red. Clara started laughing.
Look who grew a backbone. Go get him, sis.
And with that, I spurred Nessa forward and we raced for the stables. I just hoped Josh would be there. I looked around everywhere and couldn't find him. Then I heard a voice.
Did you pay to fix the heater at my family's house?
Look, I wanted to ask permission first, but I knew you'd just say no. It's not a bribe. You don't have to talk to me or even like me. Your parents were kind to me and I wanted to return the favor. That's all. And I finally stood up to my parents. I'm done being a people pleaser.
Good for you. So tell me, what does Jenny the Jockey Barbie want to do first?
I kissed Josh, and he held me in his arms. A person's true worth doesn't lie in achievements or fame, but in kindness, sincerity, and the courage to speak their truth. Hi, I'm Rapunzel from Armenia. Please like and subscribe. When I was little, my mom and I moved a lot. We changed towns every few months. And I couldn't help noticing that I was different from the people around me, even Mom. Everyone had dark eyes and hair, so my blonde curls and green eyes attracted attention.
Wow, she's so precious! And well, she looks nothing like you. Is she really yours?
Mom always smiled and said I looked like my dad, but I knew she didn't like the comments. And soon, we moved again.
Don't look at anyone directly. And never take your hoodie off outside. People get jealous of your beauty. Love.
I was 6 when Mom started working as a cook in a mansion, and she told me strictly to never leave the kitchen. One afternoon, Mom had gone out for groceries when a tall woman walked in, and she stopped short when she saw me.
Aren't you a beautiful little girl? Why don't you come with me, honey?
As I was in her living room eating cakes and chatting nonstop, Mom came bursting in.
There you are. I've been looking for you everywhere. Sorry, mistress.
Oh no! I brought her here. From now on, she'll spend time with me while you work.
Mom wasn't happy at all, but I'd have the best time. The mistress helped me with my reading and gave me lovely gifts. But a few weeks later, she said she wanted to adopt me.
I can give her every luxury in the world. Her life will be 1,000 times better as my daughter.
How can you even ask this, ma'am, to part with my own child? I would never.
You fool! If you truly cared about her, you'd let her have the life she deserves. Also, I looked up your records and there's no birth certificate for any child of yours. Leave her with me and we can keep all our little secrets.
She reached out for my hand, but I grabbed hers and bit it hard. She screamed as Mom and I ran.
Pack your things quickly. Hurry!
And so we left. But this time we kept traveling till we reached some docks late at night.
We're leaving for the U.S., darling. We'll never know any peace here.
Someone Mom knew helped us sneak onto a cargo ship, and we left to start a new life in New York. We spent the first few months in a homeless shelter, but Mom found a job at a restaurant soon, and we could afford a small place. Mom even let me join the public school after changing my name. When I asked why, she said it was for my own good, and I didn't ask anymore. Even though I didn't really stand out here, people still admired my looks. In 5th grade, my friend Melissa, who participated in beauty pageants, told me to try out too. The prize money was good, so I begged Mom to let me join, and I soon became a pageant queen, and modeling offers started pouring in. By the time I was in high school, I'd done my first national ad for a shampoo, and my face was on a billboard. One morning in 10th grade, I walked into the school hallway to see some kids gathered around a boy. He turned his face, and I caught my breath. He was beautiful. He threw his head back and laughed at something, and it was the most captivating sound in the world. Suddenly, our eyes met, and I realized I'd been staring at him like a moron. But I had to find out who he was. I walked into class to find all the girls talking about this handsome new stranger. Just then, we heard a loud groan.
Jeez. I'll tell you who he is if you give me $20 each. And for 50, I'll introduce you gals to him. He's my brother.
The new boy introduced himself as Derek and said his brother Ryder was our senior. Just then, the teacher walked in, and everyone flew to their seats. I caught Derek looking at me, and he smiled. He was cute, but his brother was a Greek god. One day, I had to reach a modeling audition after school, and as I quickly crossed the road, my heel got stuck in a chewed gum. As I struggled to set it loose, I looked up to see a motorcyclist charging straight at me. But suddenly, someone pushed me out of the way. I opened my eyes to see Ryder looking down at me.
Hey, are you okay?
I think so. Nope, I feel dizzy. Ryder swept me up effortlessly and carried me to his car. He took me to the hospital, and it turned out I had a minor concussion.
Your mom's on the way, I called her.
Thank you. I am so lucky you were right there.
Well, it wasn't a coincidence. I was actually following you to ask you out.
Really?
Why do you sound surprised? I can't be your first admirer. You just might be the most beautiful girl I've ever met, Rapunzel.
He touched my cheek and my heart fluttered. Just then, Mom walked in, and she couldn't stop thanking Ryder. I was discharged soon, and he even dropped us off at home. Ryder and I started dating, and the next few weeks were like a dream. He was intelligent and thoughtful and always knew how to make me laugh. We were the golden couple of the school. A few days later, I got paired with Derek for a science project, and we met up at the library to discuss it. It's funny, we've hardly spoken before, especially since you're in my class and I'm dating your brother.
Well, Ryder has that effect on girls. They fall head over heels for him and see nothing else.
That's not true, and I'd like to get to know you. Let's all have dinner sometime.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Listen, Rapunzel, there's something...
What's going on here?
Hey, we're working on our project, and I was just...
He's your project partner? No, that won't work. I'll talk to your teacher and have your partner changed.
What? This is none of your business, dude.
It's very much my business, dude. I don't want my girlfriend to fail, which she will with you.
Derek looked furious and stormed off. Ryder, you can't tell me who to be partners with. And what's wrong with your brother?
Listen, babe, you don't know him. He's not serious about anything. And he just thinks he'll inherit millions one day without lifting a finger. I'm already working with Dad and his company, and freeloaders like Derek just bother me. Trust me, he's gonna make you do all the work and just take credit for it in the end. Just ask your teacher to change your partner, please.
Derek didn't seem like that, but Ryder knew his brother better, and he looked upset. So I requested the teacher for a partner change the next day. Life was good, except that lately, I'd been getting rejected after auditions, and Melissa had gotten a few ad campaigns I'd really wanted. But she was my friend, and I was happy for her. We were at a party together one evening, and I noticed Ryder was really quiet on the way home. Hey, you worried about something?
Yeah, just you, babe. You trust people way too easily.
What do you mean?
You don't think it's strange that Melissa has suddenly been getting every single commercial? She's rich. What if her mom paid bribes to get her those parts?
What? No! Melissa would never do that. She's the one who got me into modeling.
And she probably regrets it now since you've been doing so much better than her. Jealousy can really change people, Rapunzel. Trust me, I know.
His words made me uneasy, but I decided to ignore him. But a few days later, Melissa and I were at an audition for a lipstick commercial, and she kept forgetting her lines. I had a flawless audition, so I was shocked when Melissa was selected again.
Hey, I was so sure you'd get that.
Yeah, me too!
Wait, why do you sound mad at me? I'm just as surprised.
Oh, drop the act! It makes no sense you'd get selected unless you paid your way in.
What, are you crazy?
I can't believe you'd stoop so low. Ryder was right.
He said this about me? Rapunzel, you've known me since we were kids. Why are you letting this guy?
He's my boyfriend! And he's clearly less naive than I am. Melissa and my other friend stopped talking to me after that, and it just made me angrier that they all took her side. Thank God I had Ryder. Soon it was our 2-month anniversary, and Ryder wanted to celebrate in style by taking me out on a date to a classy French restaurant.
I want you to sit on this side, facing just me. I don't want anyone else to admire your beauty tonight.
That's a bit weird, and so cheesy.
It's just how I feel. And here's your present.
Ryder, you've already done so much. I gasped as I stared at a gorgeous amber necklace.
See? How could I not get that? It's like it's made for you, Amber.
My heart was pounding as he put it around my neck. Why? Why did you just call me Amber?
Did I? Obviously a mistake, Rapunzel. Now shall we order?
I felt so distracted that I could barely read the menu. I needed some air. I excused myself to go to the bathroom, but just as I got up, I bumped into the waiter bringing our drinks.
Oh, I am so sorry, madame.
No, it was my mistake. Here, let me help you.
Oh, please, don't worry about it. I'll get you some drinks.
As he ran off, Ryder turned to me coldly.
Why were you flirting with the waiter?
What? I was just trying to be nice. But suddenly Ryder swiped all the plates off our table.
Don't play me for a fool. You kept touching his arm.
You're insane. I'm leaving. I ran out of the restaurant and looked around for a cab, but Ryder caught up with me.
If you walk away now, I'll make your life miserable, Amber.
Why do you keep calling me that? Just stop it.
Ha ha ha! Because that was your name before you came here, wasn't it? I know all about your past and you can't escape it. Yeah, I'll have you and your mother deported to Armenia and...
Suddenly, Ryder tripped over something and fell down, hitting his head. I frantically called an ambulance and used Ryder's phone to call Derek to the hospital.
What happened?
He tripped over something. The doctors say he'll be fine, but I can't stay here another minute.
Rapunzel, what really happened?
I broke down and told him how crazy Ryder had acted in the restaurant.
I wanted to warn you! You're not the first girl he's done this with. He's the perfect boyfriend at first, but then he gets so jealous and scares every girl away.
It's not just that. Derek, he knows things about me and he's threatening to ruin Mom's life and mine.
If you tell me what it is, maybe I can help you.
Derek, I need to talk to Mom first.
Of course, and you need to be sure you can trust me.
I looked into his warm brown eyes and I felt I could. So the next day, I asked Derek to come to my place and Mom told him everything.
I'm not Rapunzel's mother, I'm her aunt. Rapunzel's parents passed away when she was a baby and I was her guardian in their will. But her other aunt and uncle kept insisting that I give Rapunzel to them. They only wanted her because of all the money in her name. They were powerful people and I knew they'd keep trying to take Rapunzel away from me. So I ran away with her. We traveled far, but I'd always felt they'd find us. Then we came here and changed our names, and it seemed like we'd finally left everything behind. Until now.
We can't go back there, Derek.
I'll do everything I can, I promise.
I couldn't bear to go to school for the next few days. I felt sick with anxiety. Then finally, one evening, Derek showed up and he was smiling.
My lawyer worked on your case. And given how long you guys have lived and worked in the US, your status will be made legal immediately. You can't be deported. No one's going anywhere.
Mom and I cried and laughed as we hugged. And I threw my arms around Derek too. Thankfully, Ryder still hadn't returned to school, and I started hanging out with Derek. I also apologized to Melissa.
Rapunzel, I was so affected by what you said that I confronted my mom. She didn't pay for me to get those roles, but someone did, and I have no idea who.
I do! It was Ryder! He did it because he wanted to turn me against everyone close to me. But I never should have doubted you. A few days later, I just put some stuff in my locker when I turned around to see Ryder.
Hi, Amber. Did you miss me?
You wish, and don't think you can ever bully me or scare me again. I don't care what you know, you can't use it.
Wow. What a transformation from the chicken girl I last saw. But yeah, I just came to tell you that I've lost all interest in you. Seems like you've really lowered your standards when you settled for my brother. And I don't date trash.
He walked away, and I realized I'd been holding my breath. But minutes later, I heard loud voices down the hallway, and I ran to see Ryder smashing Derek against the lockers and beating him up. It took 4 teachers to pull Ryder away as he screamed like a maniac.
You want everything I have, don't you? You always have, you little worm. Do you think I'd let you be happy? I'll ruin your life, Derek. You'll regret the day you ever crossed me.
Derek went home early, and I was completely shaken by the day's events. Later that night, I was having trouble sleeping, and I heard a loud tap on my window. I sat up in horror, only to realize it was Derek. Gosh, you scared me! How are you feeling now?
I can't feel my face, but my heart's happy. I just had to tell you. Ryder went completely bonkers at home too, and my parents have admitted him to an institution for therapy.
That's such a relief! I'm sorry you got hurt because of me, Derek.
Don't be! I'd take 100 punches for you. Well, not 100, but you know what I mean. And Ryder's right about one thing. I've wanted to be with you since I first saw you.
He leaned in and kissed me, and it was lovely. We graduated from high school and both went to the same college in another city. Right after graduation, Derek and I got married in a small ceremony with our parents. Ryder was apparently out of the institution now and managing his dad's company in Europe. But of course, he wasn't invited. And a year later, we were blessed with a beautiful baby girl, Sarah. Suddenly, I saw one of Mom's menacing security guards racing toward me. I sprinted through the airport, my suitcase wheels spinning faster than my excuses for late homework. But up ahead, another security guard blocked the exit. Luckily, a team of cheerleaders passed by, shaking pom-poms. I wrestled for one. Give it, or I'll cartwheel you out on the runway. I covered my face with the pom-pom, but I knew I was trapped. And then I saw the man of my dreams waiting for his new wife. Okay, let's back up. My name is Malika, and from an early age, I knew my mom was different from other moms.
Mom, some kid is bullying me.
So, which option would you choose for him? I could have him dumped in the middle of the forest and let him wander there for a few days? Or would you prefer a deserted island?
Oh no, Mom! I was just kidding. He did nothing. I just wanted to see if you'd care. Love you. You're the best.
I stopped her just in time. The kid never bothered me again. Actually, I never saw him at school as he moved. But that was my mom, the undisputed queen pin of our family, and lived a life straight out of The Sopranos. And growing up, I desperately wanted her to change. We could have a normal life, sunbathing with no guards.
Okay, you're right.
No more bulletproof vests. Wait, what?
We can do a little travel to the old country, just the two of us.
I was excited for some real mom-daughter time, but at the airport, everything changed.
We'll do the normal life thing, but first, I need you to marry this guy.
What?
He's the son of my enemy. This way, he can become an empire. Do it for the family.
Ugh, really? Guess mom's never gonna change. I fake smiled, excused myself for the bathroom, and while she wasn't looking and busy giving orders, I dashed off to buy a ticket for any plane leaving soon. My heart was racing, but I was saint being part of her chess game. I needed to be me, to live my own story. Goodbye forever. When I landed, I thought I might just get away with it. But the next minute, I was hiding from her guards behind a pom-pom. And then suddenly, I saw this studious-looking girl who, if she removed her glasses, looked almost like me arguing over the phone.
I know the priest swears they're a good family, but isn't it weird that they just called this week and you even agreed to send me over just because he's a little richer than us? And why didn't we send a photo first? Oh, right! You never liked any of my pictures enough to show them. Still, I don't like this arranged marriage thing at all. What?
Mom's security guards were getting closer and closer.
Mom? Yeah, who cares if he's in the police force? What if he chews loudly when he eats or trims his toenails in the sink? And if he spills Melina wrong on the airport sign, I will freak out.
Oh no! Her mom was also trying to fix this poor girl up with someone. As fate would have it, a walking Pinterest board for male beauty appeared holding a Melina sign. Boy, that Melina is lucky. Wait, he hasn't met this Melina yet. I could do this, right? Pretend to be her, just for a while. Just to escape. I took a deep breath and marched towards him, my heart racing with every step. Yeah, maybe he would catch me, but I had to take a chance. I ran towards my newly arranged marriage.
Do you have sunburn, or are you always this hot? Nice to finally meet you, Rory. I'm Melina.
Weird. I was told you were really serious.
Well, yeah,
And that you'd be taller.
Taller? Oh, yeah. That's because of the heels. Today, I thought I'd come as the real me. Shush! I'm having travel sickness, so we need to leave the airport now.
Later, at his place, I met the mom I never had but always wanted. She was all sugar and no spice, the total opposite of my mom.
So, dear, what are your dreams?
To not end up in the family business and fleeing for my own wedding.
Oh no, I blurted out. Thankfully, she laughed, probably thinking I was joking. However, Rory wasn't convinced.
What's going on? Who are you?
For a second, I thought it was all over. But now it wasn't that simple. I had one more trick up my sleeve.
Oh, Rory, you caught me. I'm actually an international spy on a secret mission, and I thought you'd make the perfect cover husband.
Before he could say anything else, his mom stopped his interrogation and he stormed off. But then he tripped on the stairstep, and we couldn't help but laugh, like we'd been best friends forever. Once she caught me staring into space, secretly freaking out about Mom, and she sat down with me and held my hand.
If you're worried about anything, just tell me. Honey, I'll always be here for you.
Part of me just wanted to tell her the truth, but I couldn't. This was exactly the life I'd always wanted. But then, a few hours later, Rory's mom's phone went off.
Oh, a big hi. Hey, Melina, it's your mom.
I jumped for the phone as quickly as a cat chasing a laser and snatched it out of her hands. I tried to hang up, but I was so nervous I couldn't hit the right button.
My daughter had to come back because your son never showed up. I thought you were serious and good people. The deal is off.
Luckily, Rory's mom didn't hear that. And at least Melina won't be coming to Rory's house anytime soon. Finally, I managed to hang up, and I blocked her number. Then, I only had to fake smile and go on with the conversation.
Hey Mom, what's up? Yeah, I got here just fine. The weather, 100% chances of charming conversations and cozy family vibes.
Rory's mom laughed happily when I pretended to hang up with my mom. She gave me a big hug.
Just to think, Rory didn't want to take your number in the first place. I had to force him to meet up with you. It was the best thing I ever did.
Ah, I loved her. Although Rory's mom already treated me like her own daughter, Rory was still icier than a snow cone in a freezer. But that changed. One afternoon, we were walking in the park when his mom, while trying to feed some ducks, fell into the lake. She didn't know how to swim, so she started screaming for help. I immediately jumped into the water to rescue her like a superhero, only to remember seconds later, I didn't know how to swim either, so I started screaming for help. Rory ran towards us and jumped into the lake too. And guess what? Yeah, he didn't know how to swim either. Still together, the three of us were able to float to shore and get out of the lake safe and sound.
I'm sorry. I panicked and didn't know what to do.
Don't apologize. You were pretty brave.
He smiled for the first time. I couldn't help but blush.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Wow, did he, care? Wait, did I care? Then I noticed that my phone was completely soaked. It was still spitting water. Oh no! I was about to give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. But Rory took it and coolly went off to perform some tech surgery till it was as good as new.
What a dream! Thanks!
You're welcome.
From that moment on, Rory was even sweeter than his mom. It was almost like that drowning incident had made him fall for me, and I was starting to feel the same. I was having the best time of my life, but then my nightmare finally came true. Melina and her mom showed up. Apparently, Rory's mom told everyone how happy she was with me, and the word reached them.
Mom, you were right about us needing to come here. There's something not right. And you're the imposter. You think you can just waltz in and take over my life?
I never wanted this. I was just trying to escape my mom.
I had to come clean and tell them everything, but they were still super mad. Then I turned to Rory and his mom.
I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you.
Rory's mom had tears in her eyes, and he couldn't even look at me. I felt like the most dreadful person in the entire world. And at that moment, I knew I had to leave. I didn't get very far before I saw 5 of Mom's security. They must have tracked my phone. Just as they went to grab me, I threw sand in their faces and ran back to Rory's house. But the door was closed. I knocked and knocked and knocked.
Please, Rory. I know I don't deserve any help, but I can't marry the guy my mom wants me to. Please help me.
Suddenly, the 5 security guards were behind me. Right at that moment, the door finally opened and Rory stepped out. My hero. He held my hands, and I felt my whole body tingle. I knew you weren't going to leave me just like that. The truth is, I think I love. Rory turned me around to face Mom's security.
Here, take her.
Wait, what?
Rory wasn't saving me. He was handing me over to Mom's security.
I knew I couldn't trust you. Like I was saying, the truth is, I loathe you.
Despite my kicking and screaming, Rory turned his back on me. So it was just me against them. Time to show them what I'm capable of. I channeled my inner John Wick and leapt forward with a powerful flying kick. Take this! They just caught me in midair and dragged me off. Looks like I need to keep practicing my combat moves. Soon, we arrived at Mom's private jet.
You betrayed your family! Now get ready for your wedding!
I started crying, but didn't complain. Maybe it was my destiny. We were just about to take off when suddenly sirens whirred and a bunch of police showed up. I couldn't believe it. They arrested Mom and all her men. I was so confused and scared. But there on the runway stood Rory.
I had to make it look like I was helping them. As soon as you left, I let the authorities know. I'm actually not a cop myself, but I'm the IT guy for the police force, so got connections.
You shouldn't have done that!
What? I thought you wanted me to help you.
Not by involving the police!
Before he could reply, I saw Mom escape. I couldn't just let her get away like that and ran after her.
Mom, stop! Please!
I chased her till we reached the edge of a small cliff and there was nowhere to run.
You traitor! How could you call the police on me?
I didn't, Mom. You think I don't know that? You're probably on every wanted list in the country. And if the police ever got their hands on you, you'd be in prison for a long time.
Then why are you chasing me? To hand me over to them?
Who said that's why I came after you? I just didn't want you to leave without saying goodbye. That was clearly not the answer Mom was expecting. I accept you for who you are, Mom. You're a mafia boss, and even a decade in jail isn't going to reform you. You'd probably be leading criminal activities from inside a prison cell, too. You can't change someone just by wishing they were different. So I'm not even gonna try. But I do get to choose what I want for my life. And that definitely doesn't involve following your orders or going down the same path as you. You'll have to accept that about me, too.
Mom stood silent for a few seconds, then suddenly stepped forward and hugged me.
I know I'm not like other moms.
No kidding.
But I do love you in my own way also. I see myself in you. And I think you have the makings of a good mafia queen.
Really? Really not interested?
You might change your mind one day.
Don't hold your breath. You should leave now before the cops get here. You'll stay in touch, right?
Of course. And you don't need to worry about money either. I'll find a way to get it to you every month. I'll see you sooner than you think, love.
Stay safe, Mom.
And with that, I let her run off into the forest while I went back and told the cops she'd gone in the opposite direction. I apologized to Rory about my outburst, and I think he knew I let Mom escape, but he never brought it up again. We went back to his house, and after I explained more about my whole scary and traumatic mom thing, Rory's mom forgave me and hugged me too. I moved into a tiny apartment close to Rory's house. But I spend most of my evenings with him and his mom, sharing home-cooked meals and laughter, and it's the happiest I've ever been. Now, a year later, I'm flying off to the Cayman Islands for a 2-week vacation. And yeah, you guessed it, my mom picked the spot. But hey, I'm not complaining. I saw my boyfriend Walker holding his guitar, and I nearly burst with pride. We'd come so far to get here, especially me, finally out in the real world again. I felt like my old self again, confident, happy, and free. Walker pointed at me and spoke into the microphone.
They say that when true love comes for you, you won't know what hit you. My girl Lacey came at me like a freight train. Babe, this song is for you.
Every girl in the club turned to me with their eyes popping out of their sockets and their jaws wide open, like they thought I didn't deserve him. I don't care what anybody thinks about Walker and me. Well, that's not exactly true. I did care about what one person thought. Bex, Walker's little sister and my best friend. When Walker and I got together, I was sure I'd added a boyfriend and subtracted a best friend. I should probably start at the beginning, but first, please like and subscribe. It all began on the day we were born. Yep, Bex and I were born on the same day in the same hospital. Our parents lived next door to each other, and our moms were inseparable. Soon, they were pregnant at the same time.
I can't believe we're so close to meeting these little ones. I know they're going to be the best of friends.
It's as if Bex's mom had a crystal ball because she was spot on. Bex arrived 17 minutes before me, and we've been BFFs since. She's always been kind of motherly to me, and she took her job as the oldest seriously.
We should clean up these toys and get a snack.
But I was still playing with that.
Did you pack your raincoat? It looks like it's going to rain.
When I say we did everything together, I do mean everything. We went to dance class too together.
Lacey, how are you so flexible? I feel like a statue next to you.
Double jointed, I guess. We were each other's biggest cheerleaders, and we told each other everything too. My parents were fighting again last night. I'm worried they won't make up.
Don't worry, babe. Your dad will get a new job and that stress will just go away.
But then one day, when we were 15, life as I knew it changed forever. Bex and I were walking home from school. We were crossing the street when suddenly, a car lost control and came speeding toward us. And then I blacked out. All I remember was the sound of shattering glass and the smell of burnt rubber. When I woke up, I found myself in the hospital.
Oh, honey, thank goodness you're okay. What if something had happened to you?
I couldn't do life without you, bestie.
Sweetheart, you just take everything easy now. You need to heal.
And I did heal, kind of. My body was fine, but my brain was broken. For some reason, every time I left my house, I was terrified. When I stepped outside my door, I could hear that car, and I could smell the burnt rubber. My world suddenly shrank. The only place I could go without having a panic attack was Bex's house. I even stopped going to school. Bex, can we just stay at my house today? I don't think I can go out.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just cancel with our friends.
Bex, do you want to watch a movie at your house?
I thought we might go to the mall.
I really don't want to go anywhere. I think that's when Bex started to resent me, which made me feel guilty. I didn't mean to be this way. I didn't want to live the rest of my life inside a house, but everything just felt safer there, at least to me. To Bex, it must have felt like a prison.
We never do anything anymore. This is boring, Lacey. There's so much out there to see and do.
I was ashamed. Why was it so hard for me to just go outside and act like a normal teenager? Bex, you can go to the party if you want. I'm gonna stay here.
Are you sure? You could try coming, right? We can leave early. Couldn't you just try today for me?
Who knows? It might not be as bad as you're imagining it. A party sounded about as much fun as scrubbing tiles with a toothbrush, but I decided to make an effort for Bex. I was sweating bullets and my heart was pounding by the time we made it to the party. My friends from school seemed happy to see me though, and I started to relax just a bit. I sat down in a corner, not ready to join the dancing crowd yet. Maybe Bex was right, this wasn't so bad. But just then, a waiter carrying a tray of drinks suddenly tripped it. Everything went crashing to the floor. The sound of the smashing glass sent me into a panic, burned my head in my arms, crying hysterically. Everything went completely silent, and Bex tried her best to make me come out, but I couldn't move an inch. Eventually, she had to call my parents to come and take me.
Lacey, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I've been trying to tell you I can't go out, and now things are even worse. Everyone probably thought I acted like a freak. I'm not trying to hold you back, Bex. You want to go to parties? You can go without me. I won't mind.
Okay then, maybe I will.
A few nights later, I went over to Bex's house, but I found her brother Walker instead. He smiled, and I was distracted.
Hey Lace, Bex isn't here.
Whoa, when did Walker get so hot? He was usually always in the garage practicing with his band. He had a major glow-up. Right, I forgot she might be out.
Something the matter? You look a little glum.
I'm just bored, I guess.
Yeah, me too. Come on in.
That's how it all began. That night, Walker and I talked. I told him I was scared I'd be hit by a car. I'd felt trapped in my own mind, and I felt guilty keeping Bex's from living your life and about what happened at the party.
Don't be so hard on yourself. What happened to you was a huge trauma. Healing takes time. As for Bex, don't worry about her. She's your friend. She'll always be there for you.
Hearing Walker say that felt good. You're right, Walker. I just can't help it. Sometimes I feel like a freak from another planet. I'm sure everyone at school now thinks I'm a total weirdo. That was when Walker picked up his guitar and started strumming it.
Why does it matter what anyone thinks of you? It should only matter what you think of yourself. But for the record, I happen to think you're pretty great.
My heart skipped a beat when he said that, and for the first time in a long time, I felt like I had someone to talk to, someone who cared about me, someone who saw me. The next time Bex came to see me, I tried to bring up Walker. I saw your brother playing his guitar on the porch the other day. He's gotten really good. Also really cute.
Yeah, he's good, but my parents think it's a waste of time and he should focus more on his studies. Wait a minute, you think he's cute?
Just an observation. He didn't look too bad from my window.
You know he's off limits, right? Because the last time he dated a friend of mine and broke up with her, she shut me up completely. I never want him going near any of my friends again.
I know all that, Bex. Don't worry. But soon I was waiting for Bex to leave her house so I could go and spend time with Walker. Part of me felt like I was betraying her, but I was hooked on a feeling. The feeling I had every time I looked into Walker's eyes. It didn't take long for Walker to get hooked too.
All these years and I didn't realize what a cool person you were. Bex kept you all to herself.
Walker and I started spending more and more time together. He told me he wanted to be a famous singer, but he didn't feel like anyone in his family supported his dreams. I did though. No one gets to tell you how big to dream, Walker. You can do anything you set your mind to.
I know my sister might kill me for saying this, but I feel like you understand me. I feel connected to you somehow.
He touched my lips, and I felt shaky and my head began to whirl.
Whoa, you're perfect.
But I could only think about one thing. Bex was going to kill us. Walker, we can't do this. Bex is my best friend.
So what? Don't give up on something that could be really good between us, don't you feel it?
His hand brushed my cheek and soon I was lost in his eyes again, leaning in for another kiss.
What's going on here?
I pulled away from Walker like he was fire and I'd just been burned. Bex, I can explain.
Explain what? Your spit-swapping fest with my brother. I told you I would never be okay with this.
Oh no!
It looks like I was just betrayed by the two of you. I don't want to look at either of you again.
Bex pushed away, past us, and I swear I felt my heart break. I stared at Walker, but with my chest so tight I couldn't find any words, so I ran. I ran home to the safety of my bedroom, and that's where I stayed for days, weeks. I missed Bex's terribly, and even though I didn't want to admit it, I missed Walker too.
Honey, this isn't healthy for you. You need to leave the house.
I don't want to leave the house. I want to stay in bed and let my blankets swallow me whole.
No, go outside in the yard and get some fresh air. That's not a request, it's an order.
Her tone told me she wasn't messing around. So I headed to the yard with my phone, a blanket, and a grudge. That's when I spotted Bex, dressed in workout gear and running shoes, her attention focused on her phone. She stepped out onto the crosswalk, and that's when I heard the car. Then I saw it. Bex, look out.
Huh?
The idea of me getting hit by a car paralyzed me with fear, but the idea of Bex getting hit by a car was unthinkable. I tackled Bex to the ground so fast that we both just stared at each other, shocked and breathless.
Lacey, you saved me.
Of course I did. I can't do like if without you, bestie.
You're my best friend too.
I didn't mean to kiss Walker, Bex. He just made me feel less alone. Bex looked ashamed.
Walker told me everything. He said you inspired him and supported his music. He said you were like a song to him. And I'm sorry I haven't been a good friend. I should have wanted you to be happy. I do want you to be happy.
Walker raced out of the house and came running to us.
Stop fighting your friends.
We're not fighting. We're making up. If peeing with each other makes you happy, I want you to be happy. Both of you.
Bex, does that mean?
It means that Lacey can be your song again?
With that, Bex left us standing there. Walker,
Be my girlfriend. No more secrets. No more hiding.
Yes. 100%? Yes.
You helped me believe in myself.
You did the same thing for me, Walker. I feel stronger now, like I can do anything.
Anything.
Anything. Walker stepped forward, taking my hands in his.
Would you come to my first real gig? It's tomorrow, but only if you're ready.
I hadn't left my house to go anywhere but school for such a long time, but when I saw the hope in Walker's eyes and the support I would give him by going, I felt I could do it. I think I'm ready, Walker. Walker wrapped his arms around me, pulling me close for a kiss. Hey, I'm Iris from Atlanta, and I'm a triplet. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. While Mom was pregnant, she was told by the doctor that she was having twins, but I popped out right after my brother, making 3 of us, Ileana, Isaac, and me. Dad wasn't around for most of our childhood. He was the assistant vice president at a huge music production company and was always busy with some meeting or event. But Mom showered us with love and attention. She would sing upbeat songs in the morning and hump soothing lullabies each night. Plus, she bought us whatever we wanted with Dad's money. One of my earliest memories was when she gifted us with a karaoke machine as kids. The 3 of us sang all the time, and Mom never got annoyed.
Encore, encore.
Sometimes she would join in too. She had a great voice. By 8, my siblings and I were called the Turner Threes, and we had some serious musical talents. Ileana could sing just like Mom. Isaac played great riffs on the guitar, and I rocked out on the drums. One day today, the live band that was hired to play at our parents' anniversary party canceled at the last minute. Mom suggested we play, and we did. It was awesome. Soon the Turner Threes were playing at all the family events. Things stayed pretty entertaining throughout middle school, but then life took an unexpected turn during our freshman year of high school. One day, Ileana, Isaac, and I were relaxing by the pool when we heard a loud bud inside the house. We found Mom unconscious on the floor. It turned out that she had a stroke and would need at least 3 months to recover. Then Dad lost his job. Shortly after, the company he worked for lost a massive copyright infringement lawsuit. Dad needed to find work soon to pay for Mom's medical bills and keep the roof over our heads. He took up the first job he could find freelancing as an agent for local musicians. One evening, Dad invited a client over for a business meeting who overheard the 3 of us practicing our music. I heard him ask Dad about the music coming from down the hall.
My kids have a band thing just for family events.
The client requested to hear more of our songs and suggested Dad help us book bigger shows.
They're pretty good. If you set up their career now, they'll have some real financial independence in the future.
For the first time, Dad took interest in our music and took his clients' advice, and soon we were playing at cafes, restaurants, and private events. We weren't making much, but it was a start. Dad didn't have the same positive attitude, though, especially as Mom's recovery was taking a while. The bills were never ending and his savings were running low. He was always in a sour mood and fell into a deep depression. But despite her health issues, Mom kept cheering us on.
Keep playing, keep sharing your talent. So we stayed consistent. Thankfully, by our junior year of high school, the Turner Threes got more popular.
We had enough gigs to keep the house and help Mom medically. But Dad was so depressed that he stopped work altogether. He barely left his man cave. Halfway through the school year, extracurricular activities began taking up a lot of time. Ileana excelled in her studies and joined the AP Physics Club to get a head start on college credit. Isaac was naturally gifted at basketball and became co-captain, and I was one of the best actresses in the theater class. It was getting harder trying to balance school shows and home finances, and it seems like the Turner Three's differences were splitting us apart.
I think you should sing at a higher pitch.
Basketball puns. Seriously, I don't need advice from you. This band would be nothing without me.
You're not that special, Ileana.
I have Mama's voice. What do you have? The arguments were getting ridiculous.
Then one day we got invited to a music competition. First place would get $10,000. I was over the moon. But Ileana,
I have a test to study for, and I can't afford to mess up my 4.0 streak for some songs.
Some songs. Our music has been keeping the bills paid. But Ileana was adamant. Isaac and I went to the competition anyway and tried to make do with what we had. We were practicing in our room backstage and trying to sing together, but we just couldn't hit the right key. Just then, we heard a voice behind us.
I could sing if you want.
And you are?
Zara.
Zara was apparently the only child of the venue owner.
I never get to perform, but it sounds like you two could use some extra help.
You can't just barge in here and join our band.
Maybe she can help Isaac. Why don't you sing something for us, Zara? Zara opened her mouth to sing, and the voice that came out was horrible.
Is this girl serious?
I couldn't believe such a hideous voice came from such a gorgeous girl. Let's just say nails on a chalkboard sound better. We're on in 10 minutes and this is what we've got. I need some air frantic. I left the room. The view from the balcony was relaxing. I remembered the melody Mom hummed to us as kids and started to sing along to it to calm down faster.
Your voice is good.
I turned around and saw Zara walking toward me.
You know, you could just sing and this entire problem could be fixed, right? And you don't need to sing with Isaac. He's holding you back and I could play a simple beat on the drums. I promise.
And better at drums than singing. I mean, I had trouble trusting her after her horrible audition, but maybe it was the only option we had right now. So we decided to follow Zara's plan. I stayed on the guitar, Zara got on the drums, which she was surprisingly not bad at, and I stepped up in front of the mic. To our surprise, the crowd loved our performance. We thought second place with a cash reward of $5,000, which was great, and we were invited back in 3 months for the next showcase. Later, on my way to our backstage room, I found Ileana waiting in the hall. I was so mad to see her there. You're bold to show up here, considering you were willing to let us fail. We're the Turner Twos now, Ileana. I wanted to make her feel bad, but what she said shocked me.
Good, you've got that sorted out because I'm leaving the band permanently.
What? She explained she wanted to dedicate herself to her studies and the band was taking too much of her time. This pays the bills. What about Mom?
A real job with a real degree also pays the bills. I need to focus on college so I can have a better future and also take care of our parents. Both Mom and Dad didn't graduate from college and look where they are now.
That's not fair, Ileana. Mom is sick. Education won't stop you from getting sick. Plus, Dad had a good job. Life happens.
Well, I'd rather have my education to fall back on when accidents happen. Plus, education will give me the job I need to pay for medical expenses if I get sick.
And with that, she stormed out. At the music showcase after party, I found myself sitting alone outside. I hadn't even broken the bad news to Isaac yet. Soon after, Zara joined me asking why I looked so worried. And I ended up spilling everything about our family problems and Ileana's selfishness.
Sorry you're going through all that. Why don't you take your mind off of it for a bit and enjoy your win for a few hours?
So we went back inside and I was glad for the distraction. There were CEOs, music producers, and of course, super attractive celebrities. One woman came up to me and introduced herself as Reza, and then she pulled out a contact card and shoved it into my hand.
You've got some raw talent the world needs to see.
It sounds like something my mom would say.
Your mum sounds like a smart woman.
Since there was no changing Ileana's mind, we recruited Zara as a permanent member of our band. With practice, she got better on the drums, and we quickly fell into sync. We continued participating in petitions Reza signed us up for and making money, and Zara and I grew super close. We painted each other's makeup.
I love this color.
Shared clothes. Wow, do you only wear turtlenecks? Did each other's hair.
A high puff looks so good on you.
And I love the middle part on you. Plus, Zara and Mom hit it off. She even met Dad one time and didn't judge how scruffy he looked directed. But Ileana didn't like her at all. Anytime she saw Zara, she would glare at her from across the room and then go off in the opposite direction. I'd become so annoyed with Ileana that I tried to get Zara to help me prank her. I typed up a fake acceptance letter to a prestigious university and slipped it under her door. Zara didn't approve, but I did it anyway. Ileana was so excited when she saw the letter. It was comical. When I told her it was fake, her happy bubble popped. Honestly, it felt good seeing her get humbled. But Zara was clearly disappointed in me. We were hanging in the kitchen before practice one night when Ileana walked in.
Hey, how was it at the library?
But Ileana just made her way to her room without even acknowledging Zara, and she kept behaving like that all the time. One day, Zara and I were keeping Mom company at the hospital for her checkup when Ileana randomly showed up.
Oh, I didn't expect to see her here.
Hey, Ileana.
Of course, Ileana pushed past Zara and went straight to Mom. It made things so awkward, even the nurse looked uncomfortable.
Mom, how are you doing?
Honey, I think Zara said hi to you.
Ileana looked Zara up and down, rolled her eyes, and continued talking to Mom. I was so fed up with her I couldn't take it anymore. What is wrong with you? Zara has held his family stay afloat by joining the band, and that's how you treat her. I was so angry I could feel my face burning.
Calm down, Iris.
Yeah, Iris, this isn't the time or place.
Let's get some air.
What is this turtleneck-wearing weirdo even doing here? And I don't owe her anything. She didn't join the band to help her family. She just did it because she was some friendless loser.
I lunged at Ileana, but the nurses came between us. Zara grabbed me by my arm quickly and dragged me out of the room. We went for a walk and then sat down on some swings so I could breathe.
You're still fuming.
She's just so rude, and since she's my sister, I'll yell back unapologetically. Zara turned to me with a serious look. She lowered her turtleneck and held up a dainty necklace with a locket.
This is my brother Austin.
I thought you were an only child.
Now I am. Austin got into a car accident with my mom. When and he was 10, Mom made it. He didn't.
What? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Why didn't you ever say anything?
I don't like to talk about it because I feel guilty.
Why? She explained how much she and her brother argued a lot growing up. They would fight over who would use the bathroom first, who would get the biggest slice of cake. Yeah, but that's normal sibling stuff. Before he left the house the morning of the accident, we got into a screaming fest over some video game. The last thing I said to him was that life would be better if he just didn't exist. Zara's eyes started watering. I felt horrible for everything she'd experienced, including the drama with me and Ileana. I've been so focused on being angry and making money, I've let it ruin my relationship with Ileana.
The good thing is that you realized arguments aren't always worth it.
A few weeks passed, and Mom was recovering well at home. I also asked Reza to help find Dad a job, and she actually got him an interview. Thanks for looking up. But even though I made an effort to stop arguing with Ileana, we still weren't talking. One evening, Zara, Isaac, and I were heading to a gig. When Ileana got home, she walked past us silently. But I told Zara and Isaac to go sit in the car, and I followed her. Wait, can we talk, please? Like normal people? I miss you. Ileana turned around. Tears were streaming down her face.
I miss you too, Iris.
If singing isn't your passion anymore, it's totally okay. It was wrong of me to be mad at you for that, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I was overwhelmed with school, and then I got really jealous of Zara. Yeah, I don't want to do music anymore, but I felt like I got replaced really quickly.
You're my sister. No one can come in the middle of that. Now, how about you drop studying for one night and come see us perform?
I'd love that.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Paris. I live with my single mom and unfortunately my sister Zoa, who's always been my biggest rival, and a pain in my butt. Like, when I was 5, a tutor would come to teach us, and one day, he praised me in front of my mom.
Ma'am, your Sarah is a brilliant child. She's a quick learner. She can understand a concept in just an hour, but for the same thing, Zoa takes 3 days.
Zoa couldn't tolerate this and hit me hard on my head with a notebook. Before I could react, Mom yelled at her and grounded her for a week. I never really understood why she was jealous of me for being smarter. I wasn't jealous of her for being prettier. Whenever we went out together, people noticed her first and gave her compliments, but she was still so insecure. But maybe the reason why she really hated me was because I was fearless. Once when I was 10, the 3 of us were out on a picnic when I noticed a man snatch a woman's purse and run away. I immediately stuck out my leg and he tripped and fell down hard. The thief was taken away by the police, and everyone there clapped for me except for Zoa. Mom was pretty freaked out too.
Sarah the thief could have had a weapon. He could have hurt you. Don't do that again. You're just a child.
Yeah, dummy cow. This is not some movie where you pretend to be an action hero. This is real life, and I'm afraid one day someone might cut you down into pieces.
I know what your actual concern is, Zoa, and it's not for my safety. You just can't stand it when I'm praised by people, can you?
Oh, please. I get plenty of praise because I'm so pretty. Have you ever heard someone use that word for you? I bet you can't even spell it. It's P-R-E-T-Y.
You forgot a T dinosaur brains.
And you forgot my hand dinosaur face.
And suddenly she slapped me, and we broke into a huge fight right in the middle of the park. As we grew up, she became prettier and more popular in school. All the time, boys would roam around her, while her minions cracked jokes about how I must be adopted. But I never let Zoa or any of those bullies get to me. I was smarter and stronger than those idiots any day. Once in 9th grade, I was looking for a book in the library when I noticed a boy staring at me from a gap in the shelf. I just went back to my seat and started reading my book, but he sat down in front of me.
Hey, what's your name? You're very pretty.
No way! This was definitely a prank. If I was really pretty, why was he the first boy to say so? I just walked off without a reply. I was in no mood to be made fun of, but the next day when I was walking through the hallway, I suddenly tripped over something and went flying straight into someone's arms. It was the boy from the library. Oh, thank you so much.
If you want to thank me, just tell me your name, please.
I did, and it turned out his name was Henry, and he was my senior. We became good friends and started hanging out together all of the time. One day when I went to the cafeteria, I found a large poster stuck to a wall. It was my picture with an ugly mustache and devil horns in the caption. Sarah, the ugly monster. As I saw Zoa and her friends cackling in the distance, I was about to tear it down when Henry walked in.
Wow, someone's really jealous of your beauty, Sarah.
And with that, he tore it in half. Then, he turned to me and said in front of everyone,
I think you're the most beautiful girl here, and you're smart and funny. You're just amazing. Will you be my girlfriend, Sarah?
I was shocked, but I said yes. And what made me even happier was seeing Zoa burn with rage. The next few days, I felt like a princess in some fairy tale. I would roam around with Henry, he would bring me roses, and would lie with his head in my lap for hours. It was all so beautiful. Then one day, he asked me to go to a party with him. That evening, I was getting ready when Zoa came running into my room all breathless.
Sarah, my sister, I need to tell you something. Please stay away from Henry because he is a cheater. He is dating 3 girls, including me and you. He just kissed me today out of the blue.
What? You're such a psycho liar. Get out of my room, Zoa. But then she showed me something that left me stunned. It was a picture where she and Henry were kissing. I couldn't believe it. I ran to the washroom and Zoa followed me.
Sarah, why are you crying? So what if he found me more attractive than you and kissed me? At least now we know his true colors. Don't cry, sis. This is for the best.
I angrily pushed her aside. I'm not crying. Something just went into my eye. And I don't care if he kissed you. He's still my boyfriend. Get out now. I left home pretending to see Henry, but of course I wasn't going to meet that jerk. I went to a park and sat alone and kept rejecting his phone calls. When he kept messaging me, I sent him the pictures Zoa showed me. He started giving me excuses, but I didn't believe a single word he said. After an hour, I went home, as if everything was perfectly fine. The next day in school, I was sitting on the bleachers when someone tapped on my shoulder. It was Henry. Just as he began speaking, I grabbed him by his collar angrily. Listen, I told you yesterday. But then, suddenly, I spotted Zoa looking at us, and I immediately pulled Henry close and kissed him. When Zoa left, I pushed him back hard. Listen, I told you yesterday to stay away from me. I don't want to see your face again.
But Sarah, I swear I never cheated on you. I was just having my Coke when Zoa came out of nowhere and kissed me. I was really angry with her.
It takes 2 people to kiss, and you were one of them. So just stop lying and leave me alone, cheater. I put my fingers in my ears and walked away from him. But that night, something really strange happened. We were all asleep when we heard Zoa screaming.
We ran to her room to find a boy in Zoa's room, and she was beating his butt with a stick. The boy was from our school.
Mom, I caught this thief. I caught him. Call the police. Call the media. I'm so brave. I'm a hero.
I'm not a thief. I'm Zoa's freaking boyfriend. I just came to see her and she went bonkers on me. Crazy girl. Oh, also, Sarah, she kissed her boyfriend and told me to take pictures of her doing that. He was so mad at her. In case you didn't know, your sister's a psycho.
Oh, God. Henry was telling the truth, and I hadn't believed him. The boy broke up with Zoa, jumped out the window while I turned around and pounced on her. I pulled her hair as hard as I could till Mom pulled me away. The next morning, I literally ran to school and found Henry and apologized to him. He opened his arms and we hugged each other really tight. Time passed and we graduated from school. Henry went abroad for his higher education and Zoe and I started college. Then, one day, Mom suddenly felt some pain in her chest, and after the doctor's examination, it turned out that she needed a really expensive heart surgery. This was the first time in my life that I felt scared. We didn't have enough money, so I took up a part-time job to start saving. I asked Zoa too, but she flatly refused.
I'm sorry, but a princess like me can't work. Look at my hands, so soft and delicate. I'm not spoiling them. No, you're the Tarzan of the family, the strong one. You got this, girl.
And just like that, she walked off. Just a few days later, I heard Mom screaming. I ran to her room, and she was standing in front of some empty drawers, asking me where all her jewelry had gone. I had no idea, and we marched straight to Zoa's room. She wasn't there, but a note was lying on her bed.
Mom, Sarah, my journey with you people ends here. I can't live with poor depressed people like you anymore. Mom, please make Sarah the heir of this damaged house, because I like mansions only. I'm taking all the jewelry as memories of you, Mom. Love you, but don't look for me.
Mom was completely devastated. I took her to her room and put her to sleep, but I was in despair. We were left with nothing. My salary wasn't enough for the treatment. I left home to contact some charity organization, and on my way it started raining. Just then, I saw a huge crowd gathered around on a bridge. I looked down and saw a small kitten hanging onto a log in the strong river current, and people were just standing around making videos and doing nothing. Luckily, I found a piece of rope tied to the bridge. Without another thought, I climbed down the rope and reached out for the kitten. Some people started helping me then by pulling us up, and we both landed safely. I was completely drenched in the rain, so I decided to go back home. That evening, someone rang our doorbell, and when I opened the door, I found a bunch of people with cameras and mics standing outside.
You saved a little kitten today, without caring about your own life. What would you like to say?
This girl, people, she's a hero. She makes us believe that good people truly exist. She's restored my faith and humanity.
Wait, what? What was going on? And I soon found out that people had been making videos of me saving the cat, and they'd gone viral. And before I knew it, I had become quite famous. I was in newspapers and giving interviews on news channels. I was honored by the government with a bravery reward and also given $30,000. And of course, the first thing I did was get my mom's heart surgery. It was successful, and she recovered fully in a few months. Soon after, I got an offer to participate in a really famous reality stunt show, and I accepted. Within no time, I'd become a celebrity. And now, Mom and I were rich. We were living a great life until one day someone knocked on the door. When I opened it, I was shocked to see Zoa as she tried to step inside. I blocked her path.
Where's Mom? I need her help. My boyfriend cheated on me. He made me pregnant and ran away with all my money and jewelry. I've got nothing to eat.
Are you so fat because you're pregnant again?
Oh, no! Luckily, I had a miscarriage, but I had lots of cravings while I was pregnant, so I gained some weight. It's nothing. I'll be back to my old shape in no time. You'll see.
Are you sure you're not pregnant?
Of course. I said so already.
Then I kicked her so hard she fell back on her butt. How dare you call her Mom? You left her when she was fighting for her life. No, you robbed her first and then left her. You're just a blood-sucking leech, Zoa, and you deserve whatever bad things come your way. Now get lost, and don't show up here again. And I slammed the door on her face. Half an hour later, the bell rang again. Oh God, this Zoa! Maybe I needed to kick her harder this time. But when I opened the door, I was shocked. It was Henry! He opened his arms and I jumped to hug him. Oh, I can't believe it's you, Henry! I've missed you so much!
I've missed you too, sweetheart. And I have a really important question for you, Sarah. Will you marry me?
Oh my God, yes! 100 times yes! And then we kissed!